Have you heard of the college graduate who found a successful career, made a bunch of money, and retired a month later? Maybe you heard about the farmer who planted an apple seed and was eating perfectly ripe apples the very next day. Or maybe you heard about the couple who met at a bus stop and a week later they were married with kids and enjoying a fulfilling life with each other. Now, clearly, the likelihood of any of those things happening is very, very, very low. Enjoying a successful career, harvesting apples from a seed you planted, and building a life and family with someone are all amazing life fulfilling desires that are going to take time to achieve. And that's because the most fulfilling goals in life always take time. Today, I'm going to continue building off the last video on self-control and begin to discuss the principles that we need to master in order to become self-controlled people who have the ability to achieve all of their biggest and wildest dreams. If you haven't seen that first video on self-control, go check that one out too, so that way we can all be caught up and have a full picture of what it is we're trying to build. The first principle we're going to start focusing on is delayed gratification, moving away from instant low quality results to fulfilling top flight, top tier results. Instant gratification is so easy for us to accept because it takes so little effort. Who wouldn't want to experience pleasure sooner rather than later? That's probably why we're surrounded by convenience everywhere, which breeds an instant gratification mindset. The answers to most of our questions is just one Google search away, when we used to have to actually go into a library and do some research. Communicating with someone that's 1,000 miles away is just one phone call or text away anytime you wish to speak with them, when we used to have to at least wait till the evening and hope they were home and hit them up on the house phone. Even eating dinner is just one air fry setting away, when the meal used to have to be cooked daily from scratch. Everything we essentially do these days has been improved in a way that makes things nice and easy for us. But does getting things easy and quick usually mean we're getting top quality? When you imagine achieving your goals, I bet you're imagining top quality goals and not the quickest and easiest results. When it comes time for us to put in the work to achieve our big goals, delayed gratification doesn't seem to be something that we have in our bag of abilities these days. But why isn't it? We obviously value and prefer results from delayed gratification more than instant gratification, don't we? Would you post a picture of your microwave dinner or a home-cooked meal made from scratch on social media? Would you prefer to buy a car that was made quickly and designed just to get you from point A to point B, or a car that was made with your safety, comfort, and style in mind? Let's be honest for a second. Ain't nobody posting that microwave dinner, and nobody wants to buy that Mickey Mouse car with no airbags. Taking the time to cook or build a car with your safety and personal preferences in mind makes it special. It's not just food or a car anymore, it's an experience. Delayed gratification is actually our preference because it means a better result, a more fulfilling experience, and a higher level of pleasure. I'm actually going to share some tips with you today to help make delayed gratification more palatable in a moment. But first, let's just make sure we have a ground floor understanding of something. Gratification is the pleasure and satisfaction we feel when we finally get what we've been working for. The challenge with most of us is, since we were children, we've received many instant solutions to our challenges. And in today's fast-paced society, we pay more attention to the pros of instant gratification. Getting to places quicker, eating food sooner, communicating easier. And yes, these can all be good things, but we're ignoring the cons, like less walking, being detached from nature, poor quality food, eating more frequently, weight gain, or missing the excitement to come home and tell someone about your day face to face instead of through a text. So now we have to take a more intentional approach to inserting delayed gratification into our lives. When we delay gratification, we're building resilience, patience, and a true sense of accomplishment. And these are the traits that actually help shape a person that reaches their biggest goals. The one requirement gratification needs to make things better is time. Time adds value because it affords us the opportunity to put in a greater effort. Time adds value because it increases our appreciation for what's being done. Time is the one commodity that we cannot get more of. Therefore, when it's used, the worth of what it's being used on is absolutely going to go up. And also, the longer we go without something, the more we're going to crave it, right? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Think about the last thing that you received that came quick or easy and took very little effort. You've probably already forgotten about it or removed it from your mind. And you would have never thought about it again if I didn't ask you to do so right now. But think about the last thing that you received that took months or years to get. How much more did you appreciate that? How much more memorable, valuable, and special was it or is it to you? So if our goal is to build a large, successful business, or to get out of debt, or build a family, become healthier, or go to college and graduate, we need to begin to embrace delayed gratification to become more self-controlled and hit these goals. So how do we do that? Instant gratification is so much easier, and it's literally built into our everyday life so that we can be competitive and effective. So how do we begin to embrace delayed gratification? Well, the answer to that is we start small. Start to insert small times of delayed gratification into your life. Instead of going to get fast food, why don't you cook the meal yourself? If there is a new purchase that's purely a want of yours, try waiting a couple weeks before getting those new shoes or getting those new clothes, even if you can afford it. Or you can try what I believe is the most effective: fasting. If you've never fasted before, definitely start small and educate yourself first. And if you need to, of course, make sure you consult a doctor. But denying our body a necessity like food is the greatest way to fast track the process of embracing delayed gratification, in my opinion. I also suggest taking your large goals and breaking them up into small micro goals. Then you want to focus on those micro goals instead of the large goals. This way, you'll actually get a gratifying sensation from accomplishing something small, but you'll be able to be patient and delay the gratification for your larger, bigger goals. Next, learn how to take a step back and appreciate the moment. A lot of times, we're in such a rush to get what we want or where we want to be because we don't really appreciate what's currently going on around us or where we are. Take the time to appreciate the present. Take a moment and look back at how far you've come, and then allow yourself to be excited and inspired about where you're going to go. These small actions rewire our brains to find satisfaction in the waiting and in the journey, and not just in the end reward. The strongest, most beautiful things always take time to grow. Just like a seed of a tree, a relationship, or even the building of a successful business. Nothing great is going to happen overnight. Instant gratification will give you a temporary high, but it won't bring the deep, fulfilling joy that comes from achieving something over time. We have to stop expecting instant rewards to bring us long-lasting fulfillment. Instead, let's learn to appreciate the journey, savor the process, and to be intentional about building lives of value, one patient step at a time. Now, what goals are you willing to nurture patiently, delaying gratification to reach the pleasure and fulfillment that you desire in life? I challenge you to take these tips and put them into effect ASAP. That way you can start building a self-controlled way of living that's going to deliver a life of achievement and purpose. Make sure to be on the lookout for the next principle that you need to learn to become a self-controlled person capable of building a victorious life. I'll make sure to drop that video at the end of this one once it's ready. Don't forget to share your thoughts with me in the comments, like, share, and subscribe to continue growing and living a life of purpose. Now, as always, go take advantage of all the opportunities life gives you to grow and have a victorious day. Peace.